This is cool.
We're good to go with Jean?
Look at this crowd.
I know.
You're a good-looking group.
There's chairs up front.
It's not church. You can all come up here.
And we are good to go. All right. We have a packed house tonight, and we love it. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the Monday, November 28th, 2022 school board meeting to order. Lisa, will you please call the roll?
Director Arend.
Here.
Director Felton is absent. Walker.
Here.
Rosh.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Lalaberty.
Here.
And Chair Diaz.
Here.
That's 6 present at 6:01.
Great, and all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that.
All those little
I know, me
Say that
too.
was a
I was whispering, so I could hear
enthusiastic
them.
participation.
I love it.
Those kids got it down.
They do. They weren't waiting for the old people up here. First up is our approval of our meeting agenda and minutes, and I'm looking for a motion to approve our meeting agenda for tonight, as well as the committee of the whole and regular meeting minutes from November 14th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Great. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Call roll.
Oh, sorry. Can we please call the roll?
Director Lalaberty.
Yes.
Arend.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Rosh.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
And Chair Diaz.
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
That motion carries. Fantastic. Moving on to our report section, probably why we have a packed house. First on our agenda is Director of Community Education, Jean Zender.
Yeah, is this new?
Bows.
Or is it just your presence?
Just Jean.
Good evening, Dr. Zambrillo and the board members and community of South St. Paul. Last time I was before you a few months ago, I had our senior program in our community ed department, and tonight I have some friends from our early learning, especially ECFE, and some programming that goes on at our family education center.
Clicked on the wrong.
So, without further ado, I'm going to do a few introductions, give you a little bit of an overview. Kristen Samantino Weeks was not able to be with us this evening. She is our coordinator for our early learning program, and she's just a phenomenal leader. We appreciate all the great work that she does every day. I'd like to introduce Lou Campbell. She is our new early learning admin assistant as of July 1st, but has been serving in ECFE and early learning for the last 37 years. So she really doesn't get to play that new card, and as you see tonight, anywhere we go together, she knows parents, grandchildren, and I don't know if you've hit great-grandkids yet, but that probably will be before our tenure is up. And we have special guests, Alexis and Elena, and their sons, Mateo and Thomas. So thank you so much for coming. Somebody took a short nap on the way over, but I think we're ready to go. So we're glad you could be here. The next slide for our early learning screening. So Kristen is our early learning I was going to say nurse, screener. As you may or may not know, all students need to be screened by the time they enter kindergarten. We like to screen children as early as the age of 3. The purpose of screening is not to say what your child knows and what they don't know, but it's to catch anything that might be a little bit out of the ordinary, or to let families know that we're on track. It provides us opportunity then to work with some of our colleagues to get extra support, so our littlest learners are ready when they come to school. The next slide we have a group of parents that make up our early learning advisory committee. They meet monthly throughout the year. They volunteer. There's lots of times where they were planned the community outreach programs, engaging and advocating for early learning at the Capitol. They also hold annual fundraisers. I don't know if you had any, but tomorrow is our distribution with our big Gertens holiday distribution. So if anyone's interested in joining, we'd love to have you. There's information there on the report. Anything that you'd like to add about Early Learning Council?
They do a lot of fundraisers, and then they donate a certain amount of money to each classroom so that teachers can pick out things they need.
Let's see. So I think I have my. Okay. So in our ECFE program, we hold some special events throughout the year. We, twice a year, host a community baby shower. We had one in the fall, we'll have one in the spring. So we invite new parents or expecting parents to join, and there's lots of resources from county to public health to Help Me Grow, and they all get to leave with a nice little care package too. So, all right. And last but not least, it's our ECFE program, so our Early Childhood Family Education. So this is for all families in our South St. Paul and surrounding communities to come to. We focus on birth to kindergarten. You will, if you talk to some of our families, I know as a parent myself, some of the people that I met in ECFE classes have remained friends, and were very supportive. It's great to have ideas and people to bounce ideas off of. Oftentimes, we've talked about trying to get one for when the kids hit, elementary school, and then definitely middle school when we need some more support. We don't always have that with us, but lots of folks will say they become, their children and the families become lifelong friends. This past year, we offered 29 classes. We served 170 little learners from age 0 to 5. That made up about 425 hours of programming, so we're very proud of that. I am going to turn it over to Alexis and Elena and their children to talk to you about what ECFE means to their family, why they attend, and what they've gained from it. So, step aside.
My name is Alex, and this is my wife, Elena. And I think ECFC has helped us a lot. I had my brother, who's now a junior in high school, but he went to ECFC too. So that's where I started noticing the program. I have Mateo with me. They did the screening on him when he started going to ECFC, and they noticed that he had late speech. So we didn't really know what to do after that. We didn't know if we needed to contact the doctor or who. And they really guide us to the programs that they offer and all the programs in school that he's receiving now. They also guide us to therapy in Inver Grove, which it really helped a lot too. And Thomas, we had a little problem with him where he was really attached to his mom, as you can imagine. So it helped him and helped mom to get a little break in between the classes, just because he was just really attached to her, and it kind of taught him how to be more independent, and then leaving mom is not going to be the end of the world. And then also in between, when he goes to classes, they have a little class where they teach parents on how to handle kids and what time they're supposed to sleep and all that stuff. And they also offer a lot of information on programs in the town, and also it is really helpful because I work long hours on the summer, so I'm not at home too much, but mom, she can let me know all the stuff and all the programs that are going on around the town and what they offer, and it's really helpful that they also do the classes in Spanish too, because she has a little barrier where she's learning English, but she's not at that level yet where she can take classes in English, but they offer the classes in Spanish. So it also helped her too on knowing where she can go and where she can get help too with all the programs and the stuff that we need.
Outstanding.
That is great.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
You're a natural.
Questions, feedback?
No, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your stories. We're glad that it's working for you.
Chair Diaz, if I may, I've had the chance to meet with the Spanish-speaking families and our English side, and I both really inspire me because our hope is to be a lifelong learning organization and like to model as parents the learning for the little ones, and to see that happening there is really special. So
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Oh, yes, and we have some treats for you. Mateo, Thomas, we've got bracelets. You want to come get a sticker? Let's see. Do you think you want to take some for Thomas?
Nope.
Thomas is good.
Thomas
not
is like,
without
no,
Mom."
sorry.
yeah,
Look at, I have it here for you. You can bring
there we
Mom.
go.
Ben? Yes, yes. Ajá. Gracias por venir.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Great job. All right. And with 2 quality inactions tonight, like, that is such a great way to finish this Thanksgiving season, right? We have Composure Principal Terry Britoy.
Good evening, and thank you again for the invitation. Quality in action, or as we call it, show and tell in the elementary, right? So I was saying, like, the school board does this to the kids. It's called quality in action, and they're like looking at me so quizzically, like, what is quality in action? I went, it's show and tell. Oh, yes, now I get it. So I am so proud to bring an incredibly engaging educator here tonight, Brenda Johnson, who's a Phi Ed teacher. She actually is a former Phi Ed teacher, and then she spent, how many years? 5 years and 3 years. She was gone a long time, that's what I know, in Alaska teaching, and she's just recently back. And when she was here in prior years, she helped to start this Ninja Warrior course, and kids just loved it. And so when she got back here, one of the first units that she put on was this Ninja Warrior course, but Brenda is the type that it's just not going to be the same course. So I think it was 2 weeks long, and every day I'd walk in there, and there was something new and different every single day that I was in there. And I swear the adults who'd walk past the gym gave so many double takes going, when do we get to do this? And so, so much so, the engagement was so high that after school one day she had opened the gym so kids and their families could come and participate in this. Okay, not just about physical activity, but they're going to share with you about some other themes that Brenda was teaching towards when she was putting on or helping to put on this Ninja Warrior course. And then we're going to tell it through the words of our kids. So Miss Brenda Johnson, right here.
Thank you. I'm going to let the kids do most of the talking. Vivian?
Hi, my name is Vivian, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Why don't we have her stand more to the side so we can see her? There you go.
Our Ninja Warrior course is in our Sharing the Planet unit. Being principled affects me and those around me. The KEC Ninja Warrior course starts out with the rings, maybe the most challenging part of the course.
After the rings comes the agility ladder, and then we go over to Mount Kapoja. Next on is the pegboard and climbing wall.
Hi, my name is Cristobal, and I'm in 5th grade. The rail yard is the next obstacle. This is funded in partnership with the SSPPS Ed Foundation for Kids' Choice Pre-K and KEC PE Walkathon money.
Good job.
Hi, my name is Audrey, and I'm in 5th grade. Next up, a student favorite is the slant steps and the plyo boxes.
Hi, my name is Cristobal, and I'm filling in for Bonnie today, and I am in 5th grade. On this challenge, we pull across the rope with our hands while sitting on a scooter and keeping our feet off the floor, and then move onto the stones and Basu balls.
Hi, my name is Leona and I'm in 5th grade. On our next obstacle, we cross the balance beam, watch out for the shark, and we grab the rope and swing across the alligator in the river.
It's really an alligator.
Hi, my name is Ayla and I'm in 5th grade. Next up, another favorite, the warped wall. It can be adjusted to 4 levels for different grade levels. And I am filling in for Tristan today. And in the last part of the course, we practice our forward rolls, or we can try a flip. Then we run the hurdles back to the start of the course. We love our KEC Ninja Warrior course.
Hi, my name is Leona and I'm filling in for Sammy today, and I'm in 5th grade. Being a Ninja Warrior is hard. We don't give up, we try our best, we have fun and encourage others. Everyone has different abilities, we are kind and caring. And I'm also filling in for Amaria today. If we ask, we help. We live the Kapoja Code. We are responsible, respectful, and safe on the course.
And then I'm going to fill in for Jesus on this one, but I'm going to guess. I'm going to have you guys raise your hand. How many of you, your favorite is the warped wall? Okay, we've got some warped wall. How many of you, your favorite is the rings? Oh, some people are picking more than one. That's all right. Avery, what's your favorite? I see you didn't raise.
My favorite is the slant steps.
Slant steps, that's another good one. Did anyone else, did I miss anyone that didn't have a favorite? Anyone like them all? A couple of you. The pegboard, that's another good one. The pegboard, like the rings, is probably one of the most challenging ones we have.
Hi, my name is Avery and I'm in 5th grade. Several of us here and many of the other Kapoja students want to remember our classmate Jameer Shorter, who passed away from cancer at age of 8 in 2020. We are collecting donations to improve the KEC Ninja Warrior course in his honor. I will be filling in for Jesus. Jameer loved being in the gym, having fun, and helping others. He was a warrior. We remember his courage, that he was a fighter, he loved making others laugh, and he was a good friend. We want others laugh. He loved making others laugh, and he was a good friend. We want current and future students to enjoy the new and improved KEC Ninja Warrior course, and we'll add a plaque to the gym wall to pay tribute to Jameer.
I had just one of those amazing teacher moments back a month or so ago when I was hosting a 5th grade Ninja Warrior time trial after school. The kids all wanted to be timed, but in the classroom, if you time somebody, the others are all sitting there. So we tried to time a few, but I thought, well, the 5th grade, it's their last time, we'll time them after school. So I had a bunch, and there were some pictures up, and Jameer was on some of those pictures. He was my gym helper for the last year. And the kids got to talking about it, and they said, well, what can we do to remember him? Because Jameer loved the Ninja Warrior course. And a heartfelt moment, just these kids and what they've done and what they've come up with, and their giving attitude. We had a kindergartner bring in 70 cents, and just my heart, it just, it's pretty amazing. So again, I'm very blessed to work with them, and the families that have come out, thank you so much. And I have Vivian.
Thank you for letting us share. Do you have any questions?
I do. Could I see a show of hands? How many people are going to be on the American Ninja Warrior television show? Just one?
Vivian, would you share about what you do with the Ninja Warrior course outside of school?
I go to a gym in Woodbury. It's a Conquer Ninja. And we do all sorts of things. So like we do rings, we do laches, we do all kinds of things. And
What else do you do? What did you just do recently? Where we travel?
we travel. We also travel kind of here and there to go to competitions.
Wow.
That we have. So like UNAA competitions.
Very cool.
And when people hear ninja, they think fighting ninja, but I have to explain it's a ninja where. Yeah.
And how tall is the warped wall?
There can be 14 and a half 16s all the way up to 21.
That's the highest wall in our 21.
Oh, my gosh.
21 feet? I think you get $10,000 for that on the TV. That's 18.
And for Ninja Warrior, it's so fun, and I know to never give up when I try again.
Great attitude.
So,
Go ahead.
so where can people donate if they
Yeah,
want to
I was just
provide?
gonna ask.
We have a sheet for everybody.
Oh, fantastic.
Great.
Smart move.
You are A+ for fundraising.
Brenda,
Secrets out.
Yes.
could I ask you where in Alaska were you?
Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage, okay. And were you in
Can I get
a
one
traditional
for-
school or a BIA school?
A traditional school.
Oh, you were?
Anchorage School District.
Okay.
I was
I was-
also at the Alaska Native Cultural Charter School for
Years
my
were
first
those?
year.
I mean, how far back?
I started there in January of 2020, and we just came back in late August.
Great. I was in Nome in the 1960s.
Oh, I want to get there.
Well, you probably want to leave there too. You know.
Thank you. Kids, anything else from you guys? They're the rock stars here.
No, but we have something for you.
All right, you guys.
Come on up in a line. We used to do it before the pandemic where you would walk by and shake everybody's hand, but we'll just do treats this time.
Thank you.
You're
Great job,
welcome. Thank you for coming. Thanks for presenting. I like your switches. There you go.
Really well done.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, we're so glad you're here.
Yes.
I think the alligator was my favorite part, I have to say.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job.
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh, there's a sibling. I've got some for you.
I think if a sibling attends the board meeting.
Well,
they
can hang out.
Thanks,
Come on
buddy.
now.
You can all stay and hear the presentation on the audit. I promise it'll be just as riveting as.
Thanks, Kaposia families.
Thank you.
Well done. That's a cool gym teacher.
Yes. Bubba adored her.
Bye.
Good luck in your next competition.
Yeah.
Where do you
She looks like an athlete. Wow.
Right? So moving on to public listening sessions. There were no public listening session submissions this week. And then our next report is Vice Chair Rosh highlighting things from the Committee of the Whole meeting.
All right, prior to every board meeting, we have our committee of the whole meeting, where much of the business and work of being a school board member happens. We discussed a lot of things that you're going to hear about a little bit later tonight, but talking about the 21-22 financial audit reports, you will hear about more soon. We did kind of a mid-year superintendent eval to kind of discuss how things have started out. Very, very positive. And then a little discussion around the 23-24 calendar guidance as we sort of shape what the following school year is going to look like.
Great, thank you. And as you were talking about the most recent performance evaluation of the superintendent, the board earlier in the year agreed on 3 focus areas, and those were school district finances, communication and community relations, and student support. And so the board filled out the evaluation pertaining to those 3 areas and gave an overall score and comments. And so I put them all together. The comments were all positive, like you had mentioned, John, very hopeful and for continued growth for the future. And we'll do that again. We have 2 more times in the school year where we'll partner with Dr. Zambrino to talk about the future of the district and his work. And one of the other things we had talked about in the committee of the whole meeting was ensuring that we were looking as a board at ourselves and really moving forward that board evaluation as well. So next on our report section is Dr. Zambrino providing some highlights.
All right, thank you, Chair
More
Diaz.
fun stuff.
A little less than normal because we had a very condensed week last week, which is 2 days. So, but definitely some things to highlight and make sure that people are aware of. One is Open Door Pantry. So monthly at Kaposia Education Center, we have a mobile food program that comes to bring free, healthy, nutritious foods. That is available to anyone in the community. The next one is on December 19th from 4 to 6. So no appointment or personal information that you have to provide. They just ask everyone who comes to come through door 12 on Dale Street. So just an opportunity, another opportunity. We've highlighted things in the past at Central Square. So another one we want to make sure people have information on and access to healthy and nutritious food. Also want to highlight the calendar change that we talked about with the board. So we had a need to adjust our district holiday. So we moved a district holiday. We had thought our district holiday was going to be December 30th, but we needed to honor it on January 2nd. So that was slated. Monday, January 2nd was slated to be a school day. It is now not a school day. It's a district holiday. And so then we had to move a school day to the end of the year. So we moved our last day of school from June 7th to June 8th. So just want to make sure people mark their calendars for that. But even though it was a short time between our board meetings in terms of number of days with our students, we did have some great things going on. Want to highlight for sure this tri-district field trips. We had students in our healthcare pathway got the opportunity to go to Boston Scientific and engage in some really hands-on, relevant learning, accessing the same equipment that the folks at Boston Scientific have access to. They actually even got to work the machines, and one of the activities they did was to implant, I think maybe the right word, a stent into a heart valve.
Wow.
Right? So like, if you want to get kids excited about learning, like, hey, you're going to install a stent today. Wow. Yeah, so super cool opportunity, learning about the equipment they have to help with the regular heartbeats and of course, big procedures like that. So one of many great things going on with our tri-district caps, so I want to highlight that. Also, our theater program, I know the number of the board members spoke to this last time we were together, how impressed you were with the Little Shop of Horrors. Well, you weren't the only ones. Folks at Hennepin Theater Trust and their Spotlight Program Honors pulled it out and said, this is a fantastic show. I want to make sure I get the achievements right here. So they received the first ever Achievement in Musical Theater Award. And then along with the overall award, we had individual students also receiving outstanding performance and honorable mention and leading role awards. So then the neat thing they get to do is now in the spring, they're going to be able to do a 4-minute medley of some of the things, the acts or the songs from the show at the Orpheum. So we'll get more information out when we find out when and where that is. I see we have a proud papa over there. So, yeah. Understandably so. I mean, our theater program always amazes, so it's nice that it's also noticed outside of South St. Paul. I would hate to have that be a secret here because it's one of the great things we have going on. So kudos to the cast and crew and that performance. CLC, I think when Robin Schwab was here, she talked about the interdisciplinary unit. So they're trying to find something each month where the teachers all focus on something in common and then applying skills. So they've been doing a number of field trips. And this one they went to Feed My Starving Children. So they got to pack 25 boxes of meals, which equals about 5,400 servings of food that are then sent mostly abroad then to provide food for people struggling with famine. And so neat that our kids got that hands-on opportunity. And again, that applied learning. So taking all the disciplinary work that they're doing and putting it into something meaningful each month. So glad our kids got that opportunity to do that. And you can see the pride in that picture there. Outside of that, just a reminder that everybody can follow us on social media. We do our best. We talked about communication being a goal area. We do work hard to provide good communication, but if we're not meeting your needs, please let us know. You can always ping us on any of those formats. And then just a couple of important dates. So this Friday, we have no school. There's some work going on around professional development, and then we have winter break coming up. So that will be December 22nd to January 2nd. So just again, that reminder that the 2nd is now not a student contact day. So they start back in the new year on the 3rd, which is hard to believe we're getting that close to 2023.
I know.
Right? Where does the time go? You talked about my evaluation. I was adding up, it's 9 months now. So like, wow, it's not exactly like, right, I think the timing is right on that, so. And then as always, all of our meeting materials available. So if somebody wanted to look for board packets, information, or watch past meetings, they're all available on our website any time of day, any day of the week.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to consent items, and consent items are items that come through each meeting that don't need much discussion, including bills payable, claims, and our staffing report. Do I have a motion for the approval of our consent items?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Great. Any discussion? And call the roll, please. Whew, I remembered.
Director Weber,
Yes.
Laliberte,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Raj,
Yes.
and Chair Diaz.
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
That motion carries. Great. No policies under review for this meeting. Moving on to our business items. I'm looking for a motion to approve the June 30th, 2022 financial statements and management report.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Great, thanks, Nikki. And I believe that we have Aaron here for some comments.
Great.
Great.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening and allowed the opportunity to speak at the committee of the whole meeting beforehand. So we spent a significant amount of time going through the reports. And so I just wanted to share with the public the results of the audit for this past year ended June 30th, 2022. So as mentioned, my name is Aaron Nielsen with MMKR, the independent CPA firm that completed the audit this past year. The district has received two reports, the annual financial statement as well as our management report that we use to summarize the results of our audit. We have issued what is known as an unmodified or a clean opinion on those financial statements that they're fairly stated as of June 30th, 2022 and for the year then ended. With all the areas we test, the internal controls over the financial statements, the separate single audit, the Office of the State Auditor's report, we're pleased to report we had just the one internal control comment that is not unusual for a district of your size for a limited segregation of duties. So pleased with the audit results with just the one comment this year. And then I just also wanted to share that with your primary operating fund, the district's general fund, the ending unassigned fund balance ended at 10.6% of the expenditures for this past year and able to meet the goal of the board policy at 8%. So with that, if there's any other comments or questions I can address, I'd be happy to do so.
Yeah, we had a great discussion earlier at the committee of the whole. Is there any comments, questions for Aaron right now?
Just want to, kind of reiterate some of the things that were said in the committee of the whole and express our appreciation for that. That is an arduous amount of work to kind of get through our financial reports, and really pleased with the outcome right now.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I should make sure to thank your staff as well. As noted, it is a long process, and the additional federal awards that districts were working with us last year didn't make it any easier. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
again.
you.
Good
Thanks,
reminder. All right. Yeah, we have to call the roll.
Director Raj,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Laliberte,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Diaz.
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
That motion carries. Also looking for a motion to approve the 2023-24 calendar guiding change document.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And for discussion, we have Dr. Chad Schmidt.
Good evening, everyone. So this guiding change document is a governance tool that the board uses to set the sandbox or the parameters for creating a calendar. And the results, the desired results, are in the left-hand column, so they clarify what the board is asking for in a calendar for the 23-24 school year. The middle column describes current reality and shares some of the recent calendar features that we have had over the last few years. And then finally, the right-hand column clarifies unacceptable means, what's not acceptable in a calendar coming back to the board. And so with this, so this has been discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting last week, 2 weeks ago, and again earlier tonight. And with the approval tonight, it will start the process of creating some calendars, gathering stakeholder input and feedback on those, and then ultimately bringing it back to the board for approval sometime, probably shortly after the new year would be my guess.
All right, great. Any questions, comments from the board? All right, Lisa.
One real quick thing. I know one area of discussion and one area of interest that has been brought to you through this process is also some of that extra time at the elementary school. And I just sort of want to also own the kind of board opinion at this time. We know that that extra time is really valuable to teachers, and we understand the desire for that. We're simply in a position where we're also really trying to balance what the needs of the families are and how much more complex it is to have late starts and that sort of like unsupervised time of really young children. And so we understand the value and why teachers would want that, but we're still kind of struggling with how to provide kind of best guidance for children in that time. So want to own that we're kind of balancing that a little bit and understand that you're getting asks from all kinds of directions, but we're also looking out for those kids too. So
Yeah, great. Thanks for remembering that. Lisa, will you call the roll?
Director Walker?
Yes.
Raj?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Lalaberty?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
And Diaz.
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
Great, and that motion carries. And one more. I'm looking for a motion to approve the scheduling of a training session with the newly elected school board members on Monday, December 5th, 2022, beginning at 4 p.m. in the district office conference room. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks. Any discussion on that?
I'll just share that, one of our priorities as we have turnover on the board is to just set up new board members for success. So while they'll get sworn in January, we're working really hard to front load just the model that this board has adopted of governance and management between school board and administration, as well as making sure that they can meet the staff. So we'll have all the cabinet present on the different areas of what their responsibilities are and how they intersect with the board. So just a strong commitment on the part of setting up every new board member for success as they come on and take on the important role.
Great. Thank you. Lisa, will you call the roll?
Director Walker?
Yes.
Raj?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Lalaberty?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
And Diaz.
Yes.
That's 6 yeas.
That motion carries. All right, so our last item for tonight is the board member reports, or where we've seen a passion. We can start down there with Director Aaron.
I have nothing tonight.
Great, thanks. Monica?
I don't have much, just, wishing everyone, a good December as we head in here, and I'm enjoying seeing all the lights in town all around.
Dr. Raj?
I will second Dr. Zambrino's acknowledgement of the theater awards. That was very exciting in the Rosh household, so I'm thrilled with that. I'm also really excited as I have seen sort of students engage in our community and sort of civic activity around this time of year. The students who participated in the Thanksgiving luncheon, the tree lighting ceremony, some of those things, seeing our students engage in also our public work stuff is really exciting. So.
Yeah, fun. I also had a family member who got an honorable mention for costuming. Way to go, Clay. And yeah, Chris.
Done a few fun things since we last met. I attended the Senior Center Social for November, which was wild rice soup. So we got to go and have some soup and with the seniors and sit down. And as usual, they were not shy about giving me some ideas, particularly about what to do with all our newfound wealth from the referendum. And I explained to them, no, this is what we're doing was explained and everything, but they still want to have a sauna put in.
Sauna.
So I said I'd bring it up, but no promises. Also went to the Kaposia Fun Night, which is a fundraiser for their scholarship. Was able to see some of the Ninja Warrior stuff that we heard about tonight. It did draw us in. It was very interesting to see people going through that, and just the place was packed, and it was just, for a fundraiser, it was really impressive. I thought there was a lot of passion there and care for raising money. I was able to buy some socks from the PTA booth, and so it was a fun night. And then John mentioned the tree lighting where the choir sang and represented the district very well. So I want to thank them for that and just let them know that it was a fun evening, and the tree is up and running, and so it's all good.
Yeah, I have our selfie. We were at the tree lighting together, and we took a selfie. I'll have to send that to Deb Griffith. Prove that we were there.
Yep, she would use it.
Yeah, we were chilled. All right, Nikki.
I am once again reminded, after being a part of this district for many, many years, of the kindness of the people in our community. Oftentimes when people are having trouble, or something happens in their family, or there's a medical issue, people seem to come out of the woodwork in South St. Paul and to help. And with my recent diagnosis, even though I'm doing well, I really can't hardly find the words to thank the people who have reached out. The board has been so supportive and kind. The Lincoln Center staff I just received cards and gifts from the Lincoln Center staff, and I am so touched by the kindnesses of people and their generosity. And it just brings it home for me again, what a special place South St. Paul is, and how lucky am I to be a part of all of this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Nikki. So that is it. What a great way to end our meeting. That's it for our agenda tonight, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the Monday, November 28th, 2022 school board meeting.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Great. Any discussion? And can we call the roll, please?
Director Arend,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Raj,
Yes.
Lalaberty,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
and Diaz.
Yes.
At 6 yeas at 6:44.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.